I'm wondering about how the loss information models compare to the actual losses after.
Okay, let's see if I can explain. Models are by definition simplification of reality. So assume risk by insurer much more complex than what any model can fully represent. That's something that is key. Having said that, tools, modeling tools, are the most advanced tools that we can use in order to assess catastrophe risk. They are supported by big statistical data, scientific engineering and insurance expertise. So it's an extremely important tool. And events like Maria help us to understand better how exposure behaves and help the tool as well to improve. So that's definitely something that is key. Regarding the differences, what drives catastrophe? There are three components. One is the hazard, the second is the exposure, and the third is the hazard represents the event, reliability is how the assets behave, and exposure is total shows values of the location. I mean, any deviation in those assumptions by the model are directly impacting the loss estimate. So, if you look at what happened with Maria, if you look at the losses, etc., if you compare with the reality, there's obvious differences between the modeled loss and the real observed loss. And obviously, when there is limitations in the model, in the representation of the hazard, and also how exposures behave in very extreme losses. Remember that Puerto Rico is a very aggregated territory. Puerto Rico is smaller than the LA County. So you have to realize that when you have an extreme loss, the size of Maria, the loss is not even at some point in the tail distribution of the loss is not even proportional anymore, because you have disruption, entire disruption in this infrastructure, power outage, etc. So the loss is at this point is exponential. It's not even linked to the severity of the loss because you have business interruption, etc. So it's really important to say that models are a key component of the equation, but is not the only component of the equation.
Absolutely.
So just to summarize in 2 words, models approximate and reinsurance protect.